But get this. While the kids are about to hit the hyperbolic time chamber, the adults are in the war room planning to drop a nuke. So lock in. We cut to the Clover Kingdom command center, and my guy, the brains of the operation, is laying out the game plan. He's like, "All right, it's locked in. In 3 days, we slide on the Spade Kingdom at dawn." He then hops on the magic FaceTime with the Heart Kingdom's top warrior. "Gadjah-kun, how's it looking on your end?" And Gadjah is not playing games. You can just hear the absolute conviction in his voice. "We will also join you," he says, basically confirming we're pulling up. "For the sake of the Heart Kingdom's dignity, we will retrieve our queen." Bro is on a mission. He even mentions they're already building up their power with the elves. Therefore, back in the Clover Kingdom command center, another dude chimes in with an intel drop. That country is also preparing for the... It's up to them if they'll be on time, though. And the main strategist is just like, "I see, thank you." But then, the connection to the Heart Kingdom just cuts out. Silence. And then the camera just zooms in on Gadjah's face. My man is absolutely cooked with grim determination. He's looking down, jaw clenched so tight he could crack diamonds, looking like he's about to go full John Wick on the entire Spade Kingdom. You can just feel the Vietnam flashback hitting him, remembering his queen's promise. "I will definitely save you." Therefore, back in the Clover Kingdom, we see a figure with a big furry collar staring out a window, their back to the camera. And they just whisper with the most ice-cold resolve, "I won't let you die." And you're like, who is this absolute savage? But then the camera reveals it's Charlotte Roselei. She is locked in, making a solemn vow. "Just wait," she says, and you know she is only thinking about one man. Yami! All right, so you're probably thinking that after the adults planned a whole war, we'd cut back to the main squad getting some OP training montage. But get this. The real training is about to come from the one guy who's been MIA for the entire series, and his first order of business is to absolutely cook the entire squad into oblivion. So, lock in. We cut to the Black Bull's base, which is still looking like it lost a fight with a hurricane, and this new guy with a furry collar just drops the game plan. "All right, listen up. In 3 days, we slide on the Spade Kingdom." Finral and Vanessa are just staring at this man like he's a ghost. Finral's like, "Wait, you're the vice captain? Bro, where have you been this whole time?" And Vanessa just quietly adds, "Yeah, why show up now?" Therefore, my guy Nacht, the vice captain, just looks down at them with the most unbothered expression I have ever seen and delivers the single most savage character introduction in anime history. "Because I hate Black Bull." The room just goes silent. Finral's brain just experienced a fatal system error. But Nacht is not done glazing his own hater energy. He's like, "Look, I just needed the title for the freedom it gives me. It's convenient." Therefore, he looks at the whole crew, who are literally grieving their captured captain, and just says, "I hate people who don't do things right, and you guys are a squad of outlaws who cause more damage than their earnings, right?" My guy just walks in and goes full Gordon Ramsay on the entire squad. This isn't a team meeting, it's a roast session. He looks at Vanessa and is like, "You're a drunk." He looks at Finral and says, "You got no Riz control, and it's a mission liability." He just points at Gosh, "Prisoner." Bro is so committed to the hate, he starts roasting people who aren't even in the room. He's like, "And the other dudes, the gangster-looking commoner, and the guy with the weird mask." Then he just sums it all up with the coldest delivery possible. Yeah, wherever I look, it seems like a gathering of pretty useless bastards. But then, my girl Gray, the shyest character in the entire series, decides she's had enough. She clenches her fists and just screams, "Don't judge them by their appearance! They are all good people!" And you think, okay, here's the power of friendship moment. Nope. Nacht just looks at her, no emotion, and drops the coldest line of the entire arc. If you don't want to be judged by your appearance, then don't have that kind of appearance. This isn't just a burn, it's a philosophical execution. He's basically like, people who do bad things and then one good thing to look better are trash. A person who is right from the start is way more splendid. Therefore, after completely dismantling their entire existence, he stands in the doorway like the Grim Reaper. In the end, you guys are just a bunch of outlaws Yami collected. But still, if you want to save that useless bastard, he doesn't even stick around for an answer. He just leaves them with the final mission brief echoing in the ruins of their home. Try to get stronger within the 2 days left. All right, so you're probably thinking that after the adults planned a whole war, we'd cut back to the main squad getting some OP training montage. But get this, the real training is about to come from the one guy who's been MIA for the entire series. And his first move is to take Asta to a literal haunted house to perform a forbidden ritual. We cut to Asta and Nacht just walking through a dense-ass forest, and Asta is like, "Yo, I've been curious this whole time, but what's the deal with your magic?" And Nacht, without even looking back, just casually drops, "It's shadow magic. I can move between shadows," which is basically just Nightcrawler from the X-Men. Asta's like, "That's convenient," and then immediately asks if the squad is okay. But Nacht is not here for small talk. He's just like, "We are here." Therefore, Asta steps out of the trees and just stops dead in his tracks. Before him is the most cooked, dilapidated, creepy-ass mansion you have ever seen. This place looks like it lost a fight with gravity and time itself. Asta is just like, "This place?" as they walk into the ruined-out foyer, past a dusty old family photo. He's like, "Whose house is this?" And Nacht is just like, "Used to be a noble's house." Bro is not giving up the details. He just leads Asta into this completely barren room and says, "We're here." And Asta, my glorious, simple-minded king, just looks around and is like, "This place has nothing." But Nacht just smirks, puts his hand on the floor, and goes full goth mode. "Shadow magic, temptation of black garden," he yells. Shadows just erupt from the floor and straight up kidnap Asta, who is just like, "Huh?" as these dark tendrils just drag him into the void. Therefore, my boy lands in this insane ritual chamber. We're talking massive pillars, skulls everywhere, candles. It's giving major heavy metal album cover vibes. Nacht is just standing there like, "All right, for the next 2 days, I'm going to teach you everything I know about devil's power." Asta, being the absolute hype beast that he is just like, "Let's do this!" But Nacht hits him with the ultimate reality check. He's like, "Look, you aren't actually controlling the devil's power. You're just using the free trial version that's leaking out." My guy then drops the real game plan. We'll be doing the ritual of a servant. He's about to teach Asta the forbidden jutsu of devil contracts, the one thing that lets you bring out the devil's full power. This is basically Asta about to go fight the Ninetales to get his Kurama chakra mode. Nacht explains that normally you need some cursed artifact to act as a metaphysical hotspot, but my boy Asta is the Wi-Fi router for this demon. That arm, that grimoire, your whole existence is the connection. Therefore, Asta just takes a step forward, pure determination on his face. "Yes, so what do I have to do?" and you can just see this tiny, satisfied smirk on Nacht's face. He just chants one final word, "Go, Uma," and black energy just explodes from Asta's body. My boy is just screaming in pain, "Cure, what is this?" as the ritual takes over. But then he's transported to this internal mind space, and there he is. Asta comes face to face with the full, manifested silhouette of his devil. You can just feel the power radiating off of him, and a low, menacing cackle just echoes through the void. "Kek, kek, kek, kek," the devil snarls. "Didn't know that?" This massive, sharp-toothed grin filling Asta's vision. "You would be the one to let me out." Back in the real world, Nacht is just watching this whole thing unfold with a predator's grin. He gives his final command like it's just another Tuesday. Fight against the devil and take the victory. Absolute cinema.